Just a few weeks to COP28, the United Nations Climate Change Conference to be held in Dubai. Ironically, some might say, the UAE appointed the nation's oil company chairman as summit president. Associated Press says it doubts oil and gas companies are genuinely committed to a transition to renewable energies.
After looking closely at all the oil companies that attended last year's conference, we came to the conclusion that for the most part, they don't have large energy transition plans. Many are token, many are not discussed at all, and some that are discussed in detail really rely on things like hydrogen production, carbon capture, things that are developed but far from scale. So we could argue that these are really not green energy transition projects.
Most investments by companies the AP reviewed are in further exploration, extraction and oil refining. In some cases, these plans are over the next decades, long beyond when scientists say the world must move away from fossil fuels.
These oil and gas companies plan to keep oil and gas at the center of their business for the most part. That is who they are, and most don't plan to fundamentally change what is at the core of their business. And so that may be in conflict with the Paris Agreement and our aims of limiting global warming.
And the AP says that in notes to their investors, some of the companies strike a reassuring tone about the durability of fossil fuels.
On one side, there's a real push for them to make a transition, to use their capital and their know-how to do that. On the other hand, they get a lot of pushback from shareholders, and you see that in the rollback of some of the most ambitious plans, because shareholders look at it and say, hey, that means you're going to make less money over the next 5 years, 10 years, and we've got to ramp up production.
The review also found that most companies only have small, if any, investment in solar or wind power, the most established green technologies.